Hello guys, welcome back to another video of x86 assembly. In this video we are going to discuss about file management in x86 assembly. Before going to discuss about them, you need to know about how to use or how to invoke system calls and opcodes and arguments that are to be passed to the respective system calls. Here you need to remember about this table. You need to remember this picture in your mind while you are dealing with files. Here, if you passed the argument number 2 to EAX register, the fork system call will get executed, and the arguments respective to fork system call will be stored in EBX register, ECX register, and so on. Remaining all system calls also will be invoked as the fork system call invoked. So let's see how the system calls will get invoked. You need to put the appropriate system call number in EAX register, and you need to store the arguments in EBX register, ECX register, and EDX register, and so on. At last, you need to interrupt the kernel with relevant system call by using 80 in hexadecimal notation, and at last our result will get stored in EAX register. By using write system call, we are going to represent our output to the monitor of the contents of the EAX register. Okay, before going to files, you need to know how to allocate permissions to the files in Linux. Basically, Windows doesn't have this type of mechanism, but in Linux there are four levels of distribution permissions given by Linux operating system. Those levels are user, administrator, owner, group. To give read permission, you need to use chmod plus r. To write plus w followed by the file name, and to execute you need to mention plus x followed by the file name. You need to remember these are the commands that will that will distribute the read permissions to all levels. So if you mention read permission by using this command, the read permission will be distributed through user, administrator, owner, and group, like that. If you use plus w, the write permission to the file will be given to the four levels totally. If you want to restrict that level of distributing the permissions, you can refer through the offensive security website to know more about the file permissions in Linux. After discussing about this, you need to know about numerical representation of permissions, because you can also allocate the permissions using numbers. For 4, if you mention 4, the read permission will be allocated to the particular file, and if you use number 2, the write permission will be allocated to the file, and if you use number 1, the execute permission will be given to the file. Whenever you want to give all permissions to the file at a time, then you need to add these numbers: 4 plus 2 plus 1, 7. So if you mention number 7, then read, write, execute, the 3 permissions will be distributed to the file. Okay, if you need to mention chmod. If I am going to give execute permission 7777 followed by file name. Why I give four numbers here means first level is for user, second level is for administrator, third level is for group, and fourth level is for owner. So you need to mention 4 numbers that you want to allocate the permissions to a particular file. Okay, enough with the discussion of file permissions and system call invokes. Okay, invoking system calls. Okay, let's discuss about a program. This is a program at where it will create a file called myfile.txt, and the message welcome to tech lovers will be written to that file. Let's see the code what I written it. Okay, here all members know these things. Here file name, I define the file name as myfile.txt, and I define the message to be written to the file here, and the length is automatically calculated using the equivalent directive. And here also same thing. At here I used I reserved the bytes for file descriptors. Here fd out means file descriptor out and fd in means file descriptor in. And I mean I reserved the bytes for uninitialized variable for info. Info is the info is the variable that holds the message that we are intended to print. Here info will hold the value of welcome to tech lovers. The message will be the message will get hold into the info variable. And let's see our main code in our start label, what we written in our start label. Here this piece of code will create the file. Here if you see in my ppt, if you pass number 8 to ax register, it will create a file automatically. And by passing and to pass the arguments, we must use ebx register, ecx register. Here the file name to be passed is this one, and the permissions are to be executed. The permissions are to be given or passed through ecx register. You can pass the arguments through any registers, or you can pass this argument through ebx register, and this can be passed through ecx register. Nothing will be happen. I think all members know what's this. I previously discussed in this video. 777 is to give read write execute for all, for user level, not administrator level, and owner level and group level. And 0, why I gave 0 means the user level don't have any right to disturb the file. Okay, at last we need to interrupt the kernel with relevant system call that I mentioned in the how to invoke the system calls slide. And here fd out, we are moving the ax register. I said at last our result will be stored in ax register, and that will be moved to file descriptor out value, that variable. And here we are writing the we are writing the message to the file. Here length message and file descriptor and syswrite system call here. And I think all members know what the code will do this. And here we are going to close the file, because if you pass number 6 to ax register, then the argument that is passed to is the system close system call will get invoked, and then the file will get closed. See, here we are going to write the message of the file write, and this is the thing that we need to do. Message done means this message will get printed at here. Where is it? At here, the return to the file message will get printed using this. And here we are opening the file for reading. If you pass the argument number 5 to ax register, the read system call will get invoked. And we are passing the argument file name to ebx register, and we are mentioning the we are allocating the permission to only read the file. And again we are mentioning the the permissions to read write execute by all. At last our result will get stored into ax register, and that result will be stored in fd in variable. And again we are reading from that file, and everything. I think every people know this. I think everybody know what about this. This will read the file. This will read from the file named as myfile.txt. Recently we created. At last we are going to close the file, and this will print the info. At last we are going to execute our program by using by invoking the exit system call and interrupting the kernel with relevant system call. Okay, let's compile the program and let's see what will happen. File.asm ld -m elf i386 file.o minus file. Let's run the binary. Here, welcome to the tech lovers. This is a message that is written to the file. Let's open the file. See here, myfile.txt. Welcome to tech lovers. See, that is a message that we get printed in at there. So this is that is how we print. That is how we manage the files in x86 assembly. I hope you like this video. If you like the content in the video, please do like and subscribe our channel and tap on the bell icon. Never miss an update from our channel. Happy learning. Have a great day.